On the Akasaka Road in Tokyo, there is a slope called Ki no Kuni Zaka, which means the slope of the province of Ki. I don't know why it's called that. On one side of this slope is an old moat, deep and wide, with tall green banks rising toward a place filled with gardens. And on the other side of the road stretched the long, high walls of an imperial palace. Before the days of street lamps and rickshaws, this area would become very deserted after dark, and people walking late would go far out of their way rather than climb the Ki no Kunizaka alone after sunset. All because of a Mujina that used to walk there. The last person to see the Mujina was an old merchant from the Kyobashi district who died about 30 years ago. This is the story as he told it. One night, very late, he was hurrying up the Ki no Kunizaka when he noticed a woman crouched by the moat, all alone, crying bitterly. Fearing she meant to throw herself into the water, he stopped to offer her help or comfort however he could. She seemed like a delicate and graceful woman, beautifully dressed, and her hair was styled like that of a young lady from a good family. "Oh, Jojo," he called out as he approached her. "Oh, Jojo, please don't cry like that. Tell me what's wrong. If there's anything I can do to help, I would be glad to do it." And he truly meant it, for he was a very kind man. But she kept crying, hiding her face behind one of her long sleeves. "Oh, Yochu," he said again, as gently as he could. "Please, please listen. This isn't a safe place for a young woman at night. Don't cry. I beg you. Just tell me how I can help." Slowly she stood up but kept her back to him, still sobbing and moaning behind her sleeve. He gently placed his hand on her shoulder and pleaded, "Oh, Jochu, oh, Jochu, oh, Jochu. Please, just for a moment. Oh, Jochu, oh, Jochu." Then that Ojochu turned around, lowered her sleeve, and ran her hand across her face. And the man saw that she had no eyes, no nose, no mouth. And he screamed and ran up Ki no Kunizaka. He ran and ran. All was dark and empty ahead of him. He kept running, too afraid to glance behind, until at last he saw a light, so distant it looked like the flicker of a firefly, and he ran toward it. It turned out to be just the lantern of a traveling soba seller who had set up his stand by the roadside. But after what he'd just experienced, any light, any sign of another human being was a relief. He threw himself down at the soba seller's feet, crying out, "Ah, ah, ah." "Hey, hey," the soba man barked. "Hey now, what's wrong with you? Did someone hurt you?" "No, no one hurt me," the man gasped. Only, ah, only scared you?" the peddler asked, without much concern. "Thieves." Not thieves, not thieves, the man panted, wide-eyed. I saw a woman by the moat, and she showed me. I can't even say what she showed me. Aye, was it something like this she showed you? Cried the sober man as he ran his hand over his own face, which suddenly turned smooth like an egg. And at that exact moment, the light went out.
Afterword. Why old Tokyo feared the faceless. There is a reason why the fear of a faceless being has been passed down for generations in Japan. As early as the Edo-period, ghost stories already featured such entities. They appeared human in form, yet lacked any expression. A blank figure with no face. Some tales even described patches of coarse animal hair left behind after the figure vanished, suggesting it was not human at all. What is a face? In Japan, it is more than appearance. It represents one's social presence, a connection to others. Just as the phrase saving face suggests, having a face is tied to one's existence as a recognized member of society. Stories like that of the Mujina, who mimics a human only to betray the illusion in the end, reflect a fear that trust and order can collapse in an instant. The popularity of these stories among the common people of Edo may be linked to the urbanization of the time and to the growing anonymity of social relationships. In rural villages, everyone around you was a familiar face. But as Japan shifted toward a city-based society, people began encountering countless strangers every day. Many came from the countryside to seek work in the city, and urban streets quickly filled with unfamiliar faces. That person living next door, that person you just passed on the road. What if they weren't human at all? As Edo's urbanization progressed, people began to feel a kind of unease they had never experienced before in Japanese history.
Today, we interact with far more faceless odors than the people of the Mujina's time ever did. Can we really be sure that none of them are something other than human?